What's going on, guys? Ryan Nelson here, and today I wanted to share with you a couple of my favorite little lighting accessories that I carry with me on a pretty regular basis. So let's get into this, and I'm going to start off with the Aperture M9 lights. Now, these have been around a little while, maybe a couple of years now. They're really inexpensive, $45 right now at B&H, link down below in the description. Pick one up for yourself. Anyway, super small light. Battery lasts quite a while. It's not the brightest light that you can bring with you, but I mean, it's enough to get in here and kind of fill in the shadows. No shadows? Shadows. No shadows? Shadows. I mean, it's a pretty basic light. It comes with a little diffuser on the front. You can take it off to get a little bit more light out of it. And Aputure is always really thoughtful in what they send you with just the light. You're not buying just the light. You actually get a little mount for the light, so you can put it on a hot shoe. This comes off so you can actually mount it to a 1/4-20, and then you get a decent little case with it. And then in the case, you get a charging cable, of course, and then you actually get a decent little assortment of different colored gels to pop on the light if you just want some little accent colors in the background. I do use these lights quite frequently. I just pop them in the background, turn them on, hide them behind something just to give a little bit more pop in the background, make something stand out, highlight something. And that's actually what I'm doing right now with the other two lights. I've got one behind the plants over here, and I have one behind this old film projector over here. It just adds a little bit more light behind everything, gives it all a little bit more pop, and just gives the whole scene a little bit more depth. Now with the M9s, this is a really smart diffuser system. It's just magnetic, so there's no mechanical latch or clasp that you have to undo or do. You just slide this right off, pop it right back on, and it stays there. It's pretty solid. I haven't lost one yet. And before I drop that, the nice thing about this is when you have two of them, you can just put them right together, throw that bundle in your bag, you're good to go. And a little trick, put a little piece of tape on one of your diffusers so you can pull them apart and your diffusers stay on the respective lights. And like I said, it's a pretty basic light. On, off, it is dimmable. At max power, you're gonna get a little bit more than an hour and a half of battery life out of this. Pretty good for a tiny little light. Always a good thing to have in your bag. So next up on my list is the Aperture Mx Light, which is a step up from the M9 lights, and I just realized it just died. So this is gonna make it a little difficult to show you how bright this light is, but let me grab it. So this is the next step up from the M9 light. It's a little bit bigger, a little bit heavier. It still has that nice magnetic front on it. However, I do find that the diffuser panel here comes off a lot easier from this light than the ones on the M9. It just doesn't seem to stick quite as solid. I do have to say, out of the three of these lights, this is going to be my least favorite light. One, it seems like the battery dies rather quickly. I've already had it die twice on me on two different shoots. That being said, just make sure you keep it charged or keep an extra battery supply with you to plug it in. The nice thing about this light, it is dimmable and it's color changeable. So you can warm it, you can cool it depending on the situation and what you need. It also does have a boost function, so if you need a short period of brighter light, hit the boost. You get about 60 seconds before it dims back down so the light does not overheat. So that's the other thing about this light that I've really noticed is it gets hot. Even though it's got all these cooling fins on the back, it's really, nice anodized aluminum. It does get really warm when you leave it on for more than a couple of minutes at a time. And then with the MX light, when you buy it, when you first open up this box, I'm like blown away by how much stuff comes with this. First, you get some like 3M Velcro stuff. You get an extra diffuser. So I don't know what you're gonna use the Velcro for, but it's always good to have high strength Velcro. On top of that, you also get a really cool case. I would probably personally just use this for a hard drive case because it's nice and compact, maybe store some batteries in here, but it's a pretty cool little case. And under the case, you get your charging cord, of course, but this is cool. It comes with a little, should probably take it out of the bag. It actually comes with a little ball head. These things are super handy to have. If you don't have one, get one. It's got a little cold shoe mount on it. You can mount a little 1/4-20, you can mount other accessories to this. I have my microphone attached to one of these at the moment, but these are really handy to have. So the MX Light does come with some pretty nice accessories. Can't go wrong with that, can't complain too much, but I wish the battery life on this light was just a little bit better, and the heat. It gets really, really hot, especially compared to the other two lights. But I'm gonna go plug this in so I can show you how bright it is here in a few minutes, and I'm gonna show you the MW light. I feel like the names get a little less cool as we go on, but the lights get better. So I've replaced the two lights back here with the M9 lights. They might not be quite as bright, but this is my new favorite light from Aputure. It's the MW. It's a little LED, battery powered, all enclosed, waterproof. I've tested it, I threw it in the lake. It worked, it didn't die, which is great. So the nice thing about this light is, well, one, the waterproofing. It does come with a couple of different diffusers to put on the front depending on the quality of light you want. Although I do find that this light is actually kind of diffused already by itself. It's pretty nice, pretty bright. Watch your eyes, watch your eyes. There we go. So it's definitely filling in these shadows over here. This isn't even full brightness. This is at 40%. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn that off because I'm probably blinding you, don't wanna blind you. This light, even being enclosed, I find that it doesn't get nearly as hot as the MX light, which is pretty nice. It also has a boost feature like the MX. It does not have the color changing ability. That's what they send you a couple of gels for in the case. By the way, this actually comes with a pretty nice case. Got your diffusers up here, a couple of gels back there in the back, and they're actually plastic gels. They're not your typical gel material. These are gonna stand up a little bit longer, last a little bit longer. But anyway, nice little case that this one comes with. Like I said, I'm always impressed with what Aputure includes with the light. When you buy the light, you're not buying just the light. It always comes with something thoughtful, something extra, something helpful that can help you store it, charge it. Anyway, they're really thoughtful on what they put in with the lights, so you don't feel ripped off when you open it up. So pretty much what I'm saying is every time I buy an Aputure light and I open it up, I'm never disappointed with what I'm getting. I always feel like there's something else additional that I would not have thought of coming with the light. So one of my favorite features of this MW light, it actually comes with some built-in effects. It's got paparazzi, which is like camera flashes. It's got lightning, which is basically camera flashes, but you know, more on lightning. So you can put it outside a window, you know, if you're trying to give a scene a different effect, a different mood. And I've actually already used the lightning effect for some B-roll shots with my action camera video. I'll link that up there. So go ahead and check that out. But a really good handy light. The nice thing about these, it does come with a nice 1/4-20 mount on the bottom. This is mine, didn't come with the light, but I did have this mounted up to a C-stand the other day just to do some shots. Plus it's also a nice little handle for it. If you have to hold it up, boom, you got a little handle. But for just a little over $200, this is an amazing little light to have in your bag. It doesn't take up a whole lot of space. It actually has a really good battery life. On low power, this thing is gonna last you a full day, 24 hours. On full power, a little more than an hour, but I don't find myself using this at full power a whole lot. Good light, highly recommend it. Again, links down below in the description. Anyway, I like all three of these lights. The MX is the coolest looking light, although, like I said, the batteries died a couple times on me, so it doesn't have the best battery life, so it's not really my favorite light, but it's still a good tool to have in your bag. Just make sure you keep that battery charged. And just for a frame of reference on how bright these lights are, I whipped out my old trusty light meter. So I'm gonna take some levels here and see where we're at. So my baseline reading is f2.8. So with the M9 light, full power, about 1.5 feet, that brings me up to f4. So an extra stop of light. Okay, then we got the MX light all the way up. We're a little over 4. So overall, a little bit brighter than the M9. Let's pull out the MW light. Turn this guy all the way up. Same distance. That's definitely brighter. So that brings me a little over f5.6. So a couple extra stops of light with this one. Turn that back off. Now I'm kind of blind. So when I get small lights like this, I always try to get them in pairs. For whatever reason, they always seem to be exponentially more powerful when you use them in pairs. Even if you're putting one over here, one over here. The MW light, I'd really like to get another one of those and just kind of mix those effects together, especially when shooting some really fun B-roll stuff. I think just mixing those effects can create some really unique backgrounds. You'd be able to create more unique things. And then if I ever get in a pool, I could put 2 in there. Waterproof lights. Who doesn't like waterproof lights? So if you're gonna buy one of these, I definitely recommend thinking about buying 2 of them. These lights in pairs are always way more powerful. So if you want to check any of these lights out, I've dropped links down below in the description. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you have them. Let me know what you like and what you don't like about these. There is always pluses and minuses to everything. It just depends on what works best for you. Anyway, if you guys like this video, do me a huge favor, hit that thumbs up button down there, hit that subscribe button down there if you haven't already, and I will see you guys next time.